What is up, everybody? It is your favorite white boy back to the Scapolitano Show, and we have an exciting guest. But before we do that, please make sure you guys are subscribed to my YouTube channel, the Scapolitano Show, and hit the like, because you know why? You know why you should do that? Because I'm here and I'm hot. I'm really sweating. No, I'm really like, if you see, like, I have no makeup on, like, it is hot in here for some reason. And I have my baby Yoda from Star Wars Celebration gear on today, rocking it. But enough about me, because I could talk about me for days. Talk about me for days. But we have an exciting guest here. Neil McGregor is here, not Ian McGregor. I know. I know. I didn't get Obi-Wan on. If I did, I would be dying inside. I wouldn't even do this interview. I would hide myself under the bed. I would hide myself. But he is a talented artist. He does so much talented art. I love his Baby Yoda art that he made. I think it was it was one of the last chapters he made where Baby Yoda was meditating on the rock, and he did that pose, and I just love how he did it. And I was like, I gotta get this guy on to talk about his Star Wars art and his amazingness. So Neil, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm very well, thank you for having me on your show.
You're welcome, man. And guess what, guys, he's all the way from Scotland. I don't even know where that is in the world. Like, this is my first. And Neil, you should be grateful. You're my first Scotland person on my show.
Perfect, man.
So, and when I get to Scotland, we're gonna have drinks on you, not me. Drinks on you.
Yeah. Plenty of whiskey.
So Neil, tell the viewers, how did you start getting into art?
So I've drawn all my life. It's not my full-time job. So I'm not a full-time artist. I just do it. Always done it as a hobby. When I was younger, my grandfather was an artist, and I only knew my grandfather when he was very ill, so I didn't know him for that long. But in the few short years that I did know him, he taught me the basics of how to paint in watercolor, and it kind of stuck with me ever since. I think my mum said we have a zoo in Edinburgh, the big zoo in Scotland called Edinburgh Zoo. Okay. And I used to get taken there when I was a child as a treat if it was good. And she said that when I came home, I'd done all these drawings of the animals, right? So I was maybe 3-4 years old, and I'd drawn all the turtles and an alligator and all that kind of stuff. And I've done it ever since. Like, I've always loved drawing and sketching, and it's only relatively recently that my wife said I should put my stuff on Instagram to see if anyone likes it, I suppose.
I guess what?
Yeah.
Liked it.
Yeah, right. They liked it, yeah.
People liked it. People were, when you did your art, when I was checking out your page like a couple months ago, I liked it. I loved what you had. I wanted to see what you were about, because you don't know, you drop a piece and you made the Baby Yoda art exactly like Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
And not a lot of artists do the exact picture of the character.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. They do their own imagination to it, which I like, but I like the real stuff.
Yep.
You know? But with you, I loved what you did with the Baby Yoda one. And you make more art. So what kind of art do you make? All different arts, or you just try to do Star Wars?
Yeah, I can do most things, but I'm not brilliant at everything. So I think for any artist, it's important to, when you're kind of promoting yourself, is to know what you're good at and kind of work on that, you know? So my key kind of pieces are kind of pop culture, you know, Star Wars. I like to focus on the stuff I loved when I was a kid. So when I was younger, and I grew up watching Star Wars and He-Man and the kind of Marvel movies of old. I loved all that kind of stuff. American Werewolf in London was one of my favourite films when I was younger as well. So I like to draw the things that got me excited when I was younger, and have kind of stuck with me into my adulthood. And I suppose anyone that's a Star Wars fan will kind of understand that, because if you're from a certain generation, it's not only brilliant films, but it's also got that nostalgia, which I love.
It does. So have you done your favorite art piece yet, or you're not, or you're doing it, but you don't want to reveal anything? So so far on your page, what is your favorite piece you've done? It doesn't even have to be Star Wars related. What is your favorite piece you've done?
Probably, I think I'm developing all the time. I think I'm getting better. To give you a bit of background about me, and I'll tell you, for a long time, I didn't draw that much. through the confines of kind of work and stuff like that, you kind of fall out of it. And when my wife was pregnant, she was in hospital for a lot of it. So I had a lot of time by myself, and I started to draw constantly. It was the first time I'd done it really constantly for a long time, and it was the first time I started developing my skills. Now, unfortunately, we lost our baby boy. He died 12 hours after being born. Aww. And once he passed on, obviously that was in June of last year, he died. And it's been quite a difficult time for us. But I discovered that drawing was the one thing that quietened my mind. So when we were finding it tough in the house or tough at home, the one thing I could do is I could sit down with a pencil and draw, and it was the one thing that quietened my mind. So I've probably now, because of that, drawn constantly now for the last 6-7 months, which has really honed my skills, and I feel like I'm developing now. I'm probably creating my own style. And I think if you look at my page, hopefully, and I got a lot of really good feedback from people saying that they can tell it's mine, which I love. You know, it's not, and I get what you're saying about the Yoda, and I really wanted that to just look like Baby Yoda, you know. I think it's a really popular character to draw. A lot of people do it, but I think you want to have your own stamp on it as well, and you want to be able to say that's something that Neil's done. I think I've been lucky enough to get quite a few commissions out of my page, and I think one that worked well and I got a lot of good feedback was the Boba Fett and Bush sketch, and I did one just there for Count Orlok, the Nosferatu character, which that was the last one I done, and I thought that worked really well, looks good. And again, you can see my style come through in it as well. I like to try and make my stuff as colourful as possible as well. I do black and white work, which you'll also see in the page, so the Batman sketch, Pennywise and all that. But I like to do bright colours, I like to be bold as much as I can.
Neil, you are an amazing man.
Thanks, dude.
That's all I'm going to say. And I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry. So I want to ask you off-topic, Art. How's COVID over there? How's Corona?
So we're still in lockdown. We're still in full lockdown in Scotland at the moment. But we're due to start coming out of that near the end of April. So non-essential shops, I think they're saying will open near the end of April. Now, I don't know about you boys in America, but in Scotland, we absolutely love our pubs. And we haven't had a pub open in a while, so that's been difficult for us. But it's fine, to be fair. Scotland, if you look, the weather's honking anyway. You know, Scotland, it's always raining. So it's fine. Indoors is not a problem for us. We're okay with it. We're a hardy people.
We do that anyway. We stay indoors anyway in Scotland.
Yes, it's fine. It's not an issue. But no, it's fine. It's been difficult for everyone, isn't it? I think it will be good to get a bit of normality back. But do you know, again, it's given me loads of time to draw and stuff like that. It's all been part of the journey, right? So when you're in the house and there's nothing to do, you're kind of twiddling your thumbs. I've been lucky that I've always had this great distraction, and it's something. And as I said, you know, when I put it on Instagram, it wasn't my plan. It was Natalie, my wife, that had said, why don't you put it on and we'll see what folk think. And I didn't expect, I thought, yeah, I'm not terrible, but I didn't expect half the reaction that I've had, so it's been really nice.
So your wife got on Instagram then?
Yeah, so she's on Instagram anyway. I'm a bit of a technophobe, to be fair. I don't really understand much about technology, so I've got an Xbox and that's about as complicated as I can get. So she was the one that suggested that I go on Instagram, and it's a good platform to show off what I can do, you know? So I'm the artist, she is the brains behind it. So anytime, we did a giveaway recently for hitting 1,000 followers, in which we were sending 3 lucky winners prints for free. And she was the one that kind of instigated that and, you know, did all the stuff behind the scenes. So what was that, sorry?
I said I didn't win that giveaway.
You didn't win the giveaway, no. But there'll be other giveaways, man. You know?
Neil, like, that hurt my feelings, man. I didn't win.
But listen, if you won the giveaway and then it was on this show, we would look like we were in cahoots, right?
Yeah, but that's okay. Nobody needs to know.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's do this off camera, right?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later. So going back to your art, Neil. So now you have so much inspiration because you're indoors in COVID. Have you thought about making, how can I put it? Do you use oil? Is that oil like
No, I'm not. What I work on at the moment, so if you go in a minute, the work you can see on my Instagram page is predominantly marker pen, ballpoint ink, and pencil. So there's quite a few of the drawings that I've put on that I've done progression sketches on, so you can flip and you can see how they're built up, and you'll see that generally it starts with a base of marker pen, which gives you a solid foundation, and you can work into it with the pencil and the ballpoint pen to kind of put in the detail and the fine lines. Seems a bit technical, it's not, it's just about practice. So that's the kind of material I'm working with now. I work with watercolour as well. I've never learned how to use oil or acrylic because I'm self-taught. You know, I've just kind of worked it all out myself. So that's where I would love to work in oils, to be fair. I would absolutely love it. So it's definitely something on my bucket list of things to learn. There's a lot of brilliant artists on Instagram, and I've found that it's been really useful speaking to other artists and understanding what they're doing. And everyone's been really cool because they've been really keen to share, this is how I achieve this effect and that's how I do that. So it seems dead supportive, which I like.
Yeah, because so much of this community is like the Star Wars community, or even the artist community, is sometimes nice and sometimes negative. You know, some people will help you, and some people will be like, "Yeah, you better like go on YouTube and search how to do that," because I ain't helping.
You know? I think the people that are kind of worried about not giving away their own stuff, but it seems a bit daft, you know.
Yeah, I think if you're an artist just starting, and I'm an artist and I know so much more than you, I should give my wisdom down to you.
For sure. And I'm helping anyone else. I've had a few folks that have reached out to me as well, just to understand how I do what I do and get the effects I do, and I'm delighted to help other people out. You know, there's been a lot of really cool people I've met, especially maybe older people that I've kind of not done it for a long time and have just got back into it through life events, and they've found it good as a coping mechanism for mental health and all that kind of stuff as well, you know. And I don't think it really matters if you're any good at it or not. No one should really be telling you if you're good at something. I think it's not your job, right? So you're not being reviewed on it. You should do it because you like it and you enjoy it. And I think, you know, whether you're even drawing a picture or it's just a mess of colour, who cares? As long as you're having a good time doing it, you know. And hopefully then people get that when they're looking at your work and they give you positive feedback, you know, because why would you not?
Yeah, and it's all about having fun. At the end of the day, if you're not having fun, what are you doing with your life, Neil?
That's right, exactly, man. So, and that's why I draw what I draw, because it's stuff that I know I love anyway, right? I enjoy it, so it's enjoyable to do it. You know, someone contacts me. I've turned down a few commissions from people that are perhaps looking for portraits, which I know I could do, but I'm not going to do brilliantly, and I know people that can do them better than me. So I'll turn them on to people that are experts in that love doing it. You know, I think it's the right thing for the customer because they deserve the best piece they can possibly get. You know, so I'll stick to what I love and what I know I can do really well.
Yeah, and I want a Baby Yoda commission. I want that piece that you gave away to the winners, and I didn't get one.
If you want a Baby Yoda commission, I will be delighted to do a Baby Yoda for you.
Now, so back to Star Wars. So Star Wars, you say you just, so far I just see Baby Yoda on your page. Have you created anybody else? I know you created Boba Fett, you said.
There's more on the page. So you've got, let me just double check. You've got Baby Yoda is one. You've got two Baby Yodas on the page. Mm-hmm. One on black background, Prismacolor pencil, and one on brown paper and tan. You've got the Boba Fett sketch. You've got Yoda fighting Alien.
Yes,
so the crossover one, and you've got Yoda on his own. And you've got Ashoka Tan as well. So she's on the page.
That's her. I love it. That's my favorite Jedi. It's so good.
Yeah, so she's on there as well. I'm just making sure. Sorry that I haven't missed any Star Wars sketches there. Oh, and they did the Darth Vader one there as well. There's a Vader one. So I hooked up with a really cool guy from Northern Ireland who is a Star Wars comic book collector. Really, really nice guy. And he approached me. He has had a variant comic.
Oh.
Do you know what a variant comic is?
Not really.
That's all right. I didn't before he contacted me, to be fair. So basically, a variant comic is the comic with an additional blank cover, and it's a one-off comic. And he asked if he could send the comic to me and if I would draw Darth Vader on it for him. The comic with Dr. Aphra, so Vader is in Dr. Aphra, so he asked me if I would do that. And I've put that on the Instagram page as well, so if you haven't seen it, go and check that out because it's pretty cool. Worked out well.
Definitely check it out, Neil. Definitely. So who are your top 3 favorite characters in Star Wars?
Well, my favorite Star Wars movies are the original 3. So A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. They're the ones that I grew up with, and my favourite characters were always I've always enjoyed the helmets of Star Wars, right? So I always loved the Stormtrooper because I thought the helmet was so cool. I always loved Boba Fett because I thought the helmet was so cool. But I really like Jabba the Hutt. I love Jabba the Hutt. I love all the bounty hunters because they're not. I think it's really cool how you don't know what side they're on, right? They don't really pick a side. Do you know? They're just cutthroat bad guys, but they're not part of the Empire. They're not part of the rebellion. They kind of sit separately, you know. And I really like that about them. So I like all the kind of bounty hunter side of it. I think it's very cool.
Yeah, because I never on this show, no one talks about like Jabba the Hutt, like that. Like their favorite characters usually like Obi-Wan or like Luke, Anakin. But you're the first person that said Jabba the Hutt. Well done.
Hey, very good. And I think that Jabba the Hutt's palace is really cool, and I think you get a lot of good scenes in it, right? From the movie, I think you get a lot of really cool when Luke Skywalker was down in the pit, and when they came to try and bargain for Solo's life, all that very atmospheric, felt very Star Warsy, you know.
It is.
So yeah, I really, really like those characters.
Now, before we play our little game that I told you about, what's to come for you, Neil? What's to come from the rest of 2021? I was going to say 2020. 2021. And what's to come for you in maybe the early months of 2022? What do you have in store? You don't have to share a lot, but you could share some of it. You don't even have to tell your secrets.
Honestly, I don't really know. I mean, my Instagram is only 27 posts old, right? It's not, you know, I don't think you could even really call me established at this stage. I've just been kind of dipping my toe in the water and putting drawings out to see what people think. Right now, I'm more than happy to continue doing that. I'm just honing my own skills, learning as I go, and putting work out to see what people think. I've got a list of drawings that I want to do. I've got 3 commissions on the go as well, which I've got a time limit for. So I'm looking forward to doing them. I love doing commissions because I love getting the feedback. Really, I got my first American commission. A really cool guy in a comic book store called KK Comics in California, and he commissioned me to do the Count Orlok. And I've never sent anything to America before, so I was quite nervous about it getting there in one piece, right? But he got it, so I was delighted with that. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm planning on having a store of some description open very soon for my prints. So apart from the commissions, we've been working hard to try and get prints sorted out. It's taken a little bit longer than expected because of COVID and because Scotland's still in complete lockdown. Mm-hmm. Getting prints, normally you could go into a store and print stuff off and have a look to make sure you're happy with the quality. But because everything is now online, I'm having to request a print, wait for it to be posted out, decide I'm not happy with it, make some adjustments, go back. So it's a bit of a lengthy process to get it started, but once it's up and running, then hopefully I'll have that good to go within the month. I know we've had a lot of people asking about when can I buy a print of this and a print of that, so I'm quite keen to make sure people can access my art if they want to.
We just want that Baby Yoda art.
I know, man. I hear you. I've got one. I've got it right here. This is the one you're talking about right here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. There it's there. So this is one of the ones from the giveaway. This has been sent away back to the printers because there's a couple of tweaks I need to do. I'm going to create a white border for it. So this was the Baby Yoda one there.
Oh, that's sweet. Look at my baby. He's just meditating.
There she is, yeah. And then the other ones was the Pennywise in black and white, and you can see that one there. And then you've got the Battle Cat from He-Man.
Oh, that's dope.
So those are the three at the moment, and we've got two others that we're going to be putting up into the printer soon as well. So then we'll have a decent starting block. I'm not going to put everything up in the shop straight away. I want to put maybe 4 or 5 pieces up, see how popular they are. One other Star Wars one that's created a lot of attention that we haven't talked about actually is the Boba Fett and Mandalorian sketch that I've put on. So again, if you haven't seen that on my page, go and have a look at the Boba Fett and Mandalorian sketch because that's got a lot of attention.
Definitely. Now, Neil, are you ready for my game?
Yes.
All right. So, guys, I know I don't have an accent. I just talk like this. That's nothing special to my life. But Neil, he has a Scottish accent. So he's gonna say words in his accent, and I'm gonna try to copy him. Now, Neil, you can laugh. Don't take me personally. Don't get your feelings hurt if I mess up the word. Don't cry, because then I have to come to Scotland and hug you. You know, gotta hug you.
I'm alright with
that. So Neil, how do you say Instagram in your accent?
Instagram. Aye. So you need to pronounce your vowels, right? So, yeah. Americans, you'll roll your vowels, right? In Scotland, we're Instagram. There you go. That's very good.
Instagram, people. I gotta people.
That's very good.
Thank you.
Instead of saying, you'll notice I do this a lot out of habit, and instead of saying yes, Scottish people will say aye. Aye.
Yeah, that's when you were texting. When you texted that, I was like, I can't believe he said aye. I was like, what?
That's right. That's why we do it, because we say that instead of yes.
So instead of I, you say I, like AYY.
Yeah. Oh. So if you want to say yeah, I agree, we say aye, I agree.
Oh, I'm gonna start saying that to people. People are gonna think
people will think you're so cool.
I'll be like, I agree. Oh, you know. So how do you say McGregor?
McGregor.
Ooh, McGregor.
You'll find that in Scotland, Mac or Mick at the start of the name is very, very popular. In Scotland and Ireland. Scotland, McGregor, McAlpine, McAllister, a lot of them. And it derives from the Scottish clans of old. A lot older than your country. We're talking back to the 1300s and before, 1100s. And Mac means son of. So, son of Gregor is what that would mean. The name Gregor was one of the first ever Scottish kings, according to the Romans. So there's royal blood in my veins. So if we ever get independence, you never know, right? I might be the next Scottish king.
I know. You remember me, your friend.
Yeah, right? I know.
I'll work for you at a good price, Neil. So McGregor, no? McGregor.
That's right, yeah. Very good. Like Ewan McGregor, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. He's not on the show, Ewan McGregor. I have Neil. I know. Got Neil. So one more word, Neil. What can we say? What's a hard word?
Oh, do you want me to teach you a Scottish phrase?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to say, hello, friend, how are you? In Scottish, all right? All right, mate, how you doing?
Oh, mate. Mate. I like that word, mate. I always say, I say to my friends, y'all. I don't know why I say y'all, but I say, I want to learn the London Scot. I love that accent. I don't know why. It's just wow, just talk to me.
Yeah. So London and Scotland are very different, though. Remember, London's the capital city of England, and that's a different country to Scotland, right? So if you were to speak to someone in London, they'd sound very different from how we talk.
Yeah, you guys talk like the Lucky Charms guy.
Oh, he's Irish.
Oh, he's Irish.
He's Irish. He's not Scottish as well. So they're different. They're slightly. The Scots and Irish understand each other pretty well, although we don't sound exactly the same. We got on well. We understand each other. Getting well with everyone. Scottish people getting well with everyone. No enemies.
Neil, when I come to Scotland, I'm coming to you, and we're gonna go learn the accent. I want to learn the history lesson.
You'll love it. I live in Stirling, which is right in the centre of Scotland, and it's. Have you ever seen the movie Braveheart?
Braveheart.
Mm-hmm. With Mel Gibson.
No. I had not.
Ah, you should watch that. So one of our cultural heroes is a man called William Wallace. All right. Watch Braveheart. It's a bit Hollywoody, but still worth a watch. If you want to know a bit about what Scotland's about, watch Braveheart. You'll enjoy it.
I'm definitely tuning in, and I'm gonna text you after I watch Heart of Brave.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
So Neil, before we go, where can everybody find you on social media? So
at the moment, it is just Neil McGregor Art on Instagram. Like I said, we're hoping to have a shop up soon enough. But at the moment, if you're on Instagram, go to Neil McGregor Art and come and like and follow. And feel free to message me if you're looking for something, a commission, if you're looking for something special, or even if you just want to see me draw something on the page. I'm always happy to take requests. And I'll do my best to accommodate where I can as well. So yeah, I'd encourage anyone just to come along. I love opinions. I love to hear what you think. So don't just like and be a stranger. Come and just let me know and give me a bit of feedback. Always useful.
And guys, where you can find Neil will be in the bio. Guys, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Scavolitano Show. Neil, you're an amazing Scottish guy. And when I come to Scotland, we're just going to pub it up.
Yes. We absolutely will do all of that.
But guys, yes. Neil, thank you again for coming. Stay right there because we're going to talk after the show.
Okay.
And guys, be kind to one another, be safe, and may the force be with you always, guys.
All the best.
In my life, when you find people who need your help, you help them, no matter what.